Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion, 30th of January, and I've got this excellent racing game for you to check out. It's Lotus Turbo Challenge 2 on the CD32. Yes, indeed. I remember having this on my actual Amiga 1200, and I thought I'd check out the CD32 version to see if there's any differences. It's quite a nice layout for the options, isn't it? We're going to go with automatic gears, and we're going to have the acceleration on the fire button because it's easier than pushing upwards on the stick. Always find that with racing games. Always find that the stick for some reason is a little bit awkward. I don't quite understand why. Maybe some people prefer it, I don't know, but the option is there, which is quite nice actually. So you've got manual and automatic gears. I'm going with automatic just for ease of use. Anyway, here we are, and it's very Outrun-esque in its kind of setup really, isn't it? But the idea is to get from point A to point B within the time limit, and this is an absolute joy to play. And I'm not a big racing fan, I have to say. I'm not a big car racing genre fan, along with sports games really, I suppose, unless you take wrestling out of the equation. I've never really been a big sports game fan really, but for your viewing pleasure, I don't mind actually having a go at them. At least it gives you some entertainment while I battle my way through. Anyway, Lotus was one of my favourite racing games of all time, so I thought, well, let's start off with a decent one anyway, as it's the end of January. Can you believe that? Where's that gone? Where has that gone? It only seems like yesterday when I was doing the Christmas intro. Weird. Anyway, if the year goes this fast, it'll be Christmas intro time again before we know it. Anyway, you can see here it is incredibly smooth to play. I don't think there's much difference really between the CD32 and the Amiga version at this point. I mean, this disc actually did contain all three Lotus games. So there's actually Lotus Turbo Challenge, Turbo Challenge 2, and then Lotus 3, all on the same disc, which was quite nice, actually. But they haven't really enhanced it at all. There's no sort of CD music or any enhanced sound effects. It's basically what you would have got on the actual Amiga. And check out my amazing driving skills. Graphically, it's gorgeous. I mean, the cars look great, the tracks are lovely, everything, the scenery in the background, from the sky, clouds, everything else. The sound kind of lets it down a bit. It would have been nice to have some sort of thumping soundtrack to at least, get your adrenaline pumping, to get the racing sort of aspect of the game. But for some reason they just decided to omit it. I don't know why. But it's quite nice to see that there's hazards on the road which will slow you down if hit. That goes for the cars as well. So you've got logs, rocks, water, other cars obviously. So you're going to need to try and avoid them as much as you can, because later on even the slightest little knock will actually prevent you from finishing your game. Now, there are weather effects in this. There's rain and I think there's snow as well, if I remember rightly. But all things that you would see normally. Now, I don't think you're going to get to see it in this review, sadly, because I'm not very good at this. It's been a long time since I've played Lotus 2, so I will do my best for you, but I don't think I'm going to be able to finish. But we'll try. I did do a test run, and I didn't get any further than just finishing before the finish line, which is really frustrating, but never mind. But it's lovely. I mean, look at it. The graphics are so smooth that this is one of those joys to play. There's a lot of car racing games out there. Not all of them are great. This is actually probably one of the better ones for the Amiga. I think this actually trumps Lotus 3 as well, if I remember rightly. I think with the difference with Lotus 3 is you actually got to choose which Lotus you wanted to drive in. Now with this one, it has a two-player option, which is pumping that score right up, as you can probably imagine, where you can race against your friends, which is fantastic. That's a really nice addition to the game. But yeah, the sound sort of lets it down. You have the squealing of the tyres as you go around corners and stuff like that, but it's not, there's not a lot else in there, and when you collide with stuff, there's no penalty for it, apart from you maybe lose half a second of your time. But there's no real sort of damage to your car or anything like that. But, you can't really expect too much. But it's a great game nonetheless, and for me to say a racing game is great is actually quite an achievement, quite honestly. You can see that it's quite easy as well. Pick up and play, beginner's luck. You can grab this as a complete and utter novice and actually have some good fun with it. So Lotus 2 is actually scoring quite high today, graphically and gameplay wise. Just shoot the score up anyway. I'm not really going to dock it any points for sound either, because there is sound present in the actual game. So squealing of tyres, clanking of things as you hit them, it's all there. Splooshing as you go through water, everything. So this is a must play as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, this has been Lotus Turbo Challenge 2 on the Amiga CD32. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks ever so much for tuning in, folks. Do appreciate it. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now, folks.